Hi, I'm Julian, and so honored to be here. Congratulations on everything. Such a fan and so in awe of the work you both have done.
Thank you, Julian.
Being a creative myself, I just wanted to ask, how do you stay creative and what fuels your imagination? In a world like Wicked, the imagination is never ending. Did you ever feel like you were limited, and how did you push past that?
Brilliant question.
I mean, Oz is so expansive. It's so big, and Wicked is so big in itself. And so I think there was always, I always felt like I was drowning in an ocean, and I had to find like how I was going to float a little bit. So that never ended. When you're making it, of course, you start to find the restrictions. Like, oh my gosh, we have this building, and we have to shoot it by this day. Can we build the thing? But it was meeting the actors that like freed me all of that. I was like, that doesn't matter. Like, if we have these actors and they're finding the truth in these characters, this movie will soar, and we just stick with that. So I think that was my motivation throughout that really helped. And even in the edit, looking back at footage, be like, oh, I forgot they did that day. Oh my God, he was thinking this. I didn't even notice he was doing that. To me, that's like the most driving force in me.
You're like a sort of magical creative genius in that way, because also there was like two conversations happening at any one day, because you'd go on set and you'd do the scene and you'd be working and mining for the truth and all the magical moments, but then you'd go away and more often than not, it'd be like 10 o'clock and you get a text from John being like, I've just seen something that you were doing. Thank you. And it means so much, because it means that it's always alive. And I think with your content creators, you have to generate your own sort of focus. And I find that quite hard, but I do find that, within the structure, obviously if something like Wicked, you're like surrounded by the best people at the top of their game.
Yeah.
But I think in my own life, understanding like how I am creative and what I respond to has been something that is, I'm still working on. And understanding what's a real instinct and an idea, but listen, you do full shows as one person, right?
Hey, well, it's day by day I'm learning as well, and today's a big learning day too.
But that's why I love Johnny so much, because it's craft for him. It's not, he's not doing this to, I got to be in the big movie and do everything that's said. It was always about the work. And I know when you're doing your thing, I'm sure you think about, this is the work, I got to build this thing, I got to do the thing. And so that was like the best. I'm going to miss texting you just randomly, because I had an excuse to be like, oh my gosh, you got to see this. And I would videotape the screen of what I'm watching.
It means so much though, because it's always then fine tuning, and you're sort of a pin. I felt like a pinball in it, as in, because you just go, you trust John. Obviously we'd had a really amazing conversation before I was invited in, but the trust is just so easy there, and then you just sort of come in with as many ideas and energy as you can, and then to work with someone like John, who just completely is fine tuning you really and keeping you in focus. But then you realise doing it with like all the departments, all the other actors, being there and just being present for everyone is it's a magical thing and a talent that John has in abundance.
I love that.
Thanks, man.
I mean, the trust is apparent on screen, just the storytelling as a cast. And
as I was hanging upside down in that rotating library, I was like, and you're like, just one more.
Like the callus is on my head.
Yeah. My head's about to pop.
It was for the craft,
Yeah.
Always for the craft.
With Wicked being such a huge success on Broadway and the story being so popular, pun intended, could you tell me both of your process as a director and an actor, staying true to that beloved piece of theater while also putting your own spin and creating and building this world for film for the first time?
You saw it in LA, didn't you? You saw the very first.
Yeah, I saw it in San Francisco.
Oh, that's right.
So I feel like I was patient zero. I saw it when I had no context. I didn't even heard the songs yet. Chris and Adina, they were still working their things out. And so I always went back to that kid watching that show with my mom and remembering how it felt to see Glinda come down in the bubble, to remember how I felt when Elphaba, arises from the floor or anything like that. To me, I remember my mind being blown when certain things were happening that I cannot spoil. Yeah. But so that was always my North Star when doing this, of like, oh yeah, we get the opportunity to like play that out, and they didn't have the expansiveness of the stage as a screen does, or the intimacy as film does, and so that was for me like.
Did you say that though when you were seeing it for the first time, you're like, this would be, you could see it in a cinematic way?
Totally.
Like it was like your vision was sort of activated then.
I mean, that was the brilliance of their work up there. Like they made it feel like it was so much. When I look back, I'm like, oh, the set doesn't change for all this time. But in my mind, it really did.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing the original cast in London, and because it was huge, and I'd heard the soundtrack and the iconography of even the posters, and but I really remember watching Fierro and just going, God, this is an incredible arc, and it's an amazing, it's an amazing story, and and the relationships between them are so sort of nuanced, and obviously when putting stuff on film, such an opportunity to communicate, non-verbally as well, which and in close-up. So obviously on stage you don't really get that, but there's so much about the stage show that is Bible and sacrosanct, and but there's funny when the tone, when you think about evolving it for film, and there's lines like "Let the green girl go," which is pure joy, and it's then just that real thing where when you're mining it and you're telling quite an intricate, transformation in Fierro as well. It's like it's hopefully all the brilliant people we've seen do it on stage, they'll acknowledge their own performances in ours, and it's just that it's an amazing thing to see everyone evolve.
In a story where each character is learning about themselves and personal growth is pivotal to the storytelling, what is the biggest thing each of you learned about yourself in the process of filming both Wicked and Wicked for Good?
It was a daunting task coming into it, and I didn't know. I thought by the end I'll be exhausted. I can't shoot for 5 years. But through that process, 3 different children being born, no twins and those, getting to meet amazingly talented people at moments in their careers where they're just bursting out, to be a part of that process, to witness that, to become friends with them, to become creative collaborators, to then meet the audience who gave that right back to us, to feel like we had trusted each other and jumped out of this airplane not knowing how we were going to land, and then to be caught not just by each other but by the audience themselves. I think I come out of this feeling so, grateful for the fact that we get to be storytellers, grateful for the medium of cinema, that we get to bring people, total strangers from all around the world together, to tell them a story that is fun and light and whatever, but also has this guttural reality to it at a time when people are feeling that guttural reaction to things around the world, that we can inspire them with characters. To me, it's you trust this process, and I think I come out of this so in love with movie making and working with people that I just trust it more than ever I have before. Sure.
Yeah, me too, actually. I feel all of that. I think also, looking back, it's about, and excuse to sort of quote Elphaba, but it's refusing to accept limits just because some people say it's what you believe about yourself and what you believe is possible for your sort of own journey, and where you feel you can or can't turn up. Like doing Wicked, is that you realise you've been brought together with loads of people who perhaps didn't ever see themselves being a part of something like this, and the power that that I just say to everyone is just hold on to that, and that's the story of Wicked. And just when you get to it, close your eyes and leap. Be ready to take that jump, because there will be people there that will dive with you, and you'll free fall. And it's the best thing in the world, isn't it?
It really is, and you both have, through your performance and direction, have made the audience feel limitless watching it. So I'm so excited to see what comes next, and
can't wait for you to see For Good. It's going to be so good. It's so fun.
I can't wait. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's lovely meeting you.
Thank you.
Yeah.